Now, children, do you understand what is a good conscience? A good conscience is a conscience that does not condemn you for the things you do or you don't. You get what I mean? So you are feeling okay. Now I'm doing right by doing something. I'm doing right by not doing something. I mean, simply speaking, you get what I mean? So I say it again, a good conscience is a conscience that does not condemn you for the things you do or don't do. That is, you have no conflicts with your code knower inside you. You know what I mean? So now, let's talk about the connection. Now, I think it is not hard to make a connection between vibrant faith and a good conscience if we think through our own experience. Am I right? Now, all this praying to God earnestly, all this coming to meetings joyfully, all this declaring the word of God boldly, and all this, saying things without fear, doing things without fear, it just cannot be possible if you're not right with your conscience. Am I right to say that? So it is first vital to see that, to see the connection, and therefore value a good conscience. Yet I saw that one of the stupidest mistakes that we Christians made is we blind our conscience a lot of times, and we go on pursuing spirituality. You blind your conscience and you go on with Christian life, Christian pursuit. That is not possible. I tell you, some Christians, they don't have a good conscience. They live in fear, they live in frustration, they're judging their brethren in the inside, they're not living happily with their family members, they're hurting a lot of people around them, but they assume they're all right. They tell themselves, I'm all right, because why? I read the Bible in the morning every day. I do quiet time, and I attend meetings more than everyone else. I come to church, and I share the gospel at times to people, And then for some ministers, they don't care if they hurt people because they say, my ministry is flourishing. So they don't care even if it hurt people. Now, you answer me, what's their problem? Now, they have ignored their conscience. They have either ignored their conscience or something is wrong with their co-knower mechanism. What do I mean by smearing your conscience? It's like, you ignore it, you give excuse, you try to redefine what you are doing, and tell yourself you're not going against the truth. And then slowly, your co-knower mechanism doesn't work anymore. And some people, they play shares. Some Christians, they play shares, a lot of, speculate. I've heard Christians tell me that, say, Pastor Vincent, that's not gambling. This is specialization. Speculate in specialization, that kind of thing. Some single Christians, it's clear, they yoke themselves unbelievers, and then they tell their co-knower, hey, okay, God will understand, and someday I will convert that person. And if they're still not convinced, they will tell their co-knower, you look at in church, there are Christians who got divorced also. And there are people like us who made it, that kind of thing. Conscience thing. Now, you could smear your conscience like that. You could spoil your co-knower mechanism, and then it will no longer give you the right alarm, the right indication. And that's why Paul says some people have lost all sensitivity. They're no longer sensitive in their conscience. They did indulge in all kinds of evil, and with a continued lust for more. Their conscience doesn't have a check on them anymore because it has been corrupted. And listen up, I'm going to say this very honestly and truthfully. When your conscience corrupts, your actions will speed up in corruption. I say it again. This is the nature of our creation. When your conscience corrupts, your actions will speed up in corruption. In your works, you will run to evil. And that's why you cannot disconnect a good faith, a sincere faith, a vibrant faith with a good conscience.